Marty wants to help you men out there to find your goddess. So these are Marty's tips to cold approaching women. Part one. This is a real simple tip. It's a real simple tip, but really important. This is crucial to approaching a woman. Read her mind. Let's say you're in a public environment and you see a goddess. Oh my gosh, that's a goddess. What a beautiful woman. What's the first thing you have to do? You have to find your spiritual center. You have to open your mind and you have to read her mind. Does she want to be approached right now? What's her name? What does she like? What does she enjoy? Does she find me attractive? Because if she doesn't find you attractive, don't even bother approaching her, because then you'll just come off as a creep, right? That's why you must read a woman's mind. They might go, ugh, get away, right? And you don't want that. You don't want your soul and your spirit to be broken down like that. Also, you have to read her mind and make sure that she wants to be approached. You also have to read her mind and ensure that she's a heterosexual woman, because if you approach her and she's a homosexual woman, or she's asexual, or maybe she's not a she might be a they or a he, you don't know, a z, a thee, well, there's all these wonderful pronouns that individual might be. And if you're looking for a she and she's not a she, but she's a thee or a z, then you shouldn't approach her. And that's why you need to read her mind to ensure that that's not it. But at the same time, you shouldn't be a bigot, because maybe you are attracted to this goddess and you find out that they're a god or a non-gender conforming theological entity. Who knows, right? And in that case, you should stop being a bigot and accept the fact that maybe you're attracted to them because they are that thing. So you have to read their mind. First initial thing, there are too many hurdles to jump over in our current dating situation. The best way to jump over those hurdles right off the bat is to read their mind, to avoid a sticky situation, right? I mean, most of this is just to avoid sticky situations. Really, I mean, if you don't mind being embarrassed, just approach a woman without reading their mind. Really, I mean, we should have the lightness and levity of life to just be able to approach somebody and talk to them. Because isn't that what's wonderful about humanity? We can just go up to an individual and strike up a conversation. And maybe she goes, no, I don't want to go out on a date, but hey, thanks for approaching me, right? I really appreciate it. But what a wonderful thing to be able to strike up a conversation if all else fails. Oh, I don't want to date you, but hey, we can hang out and talk. Oh, that'd be really nice. They get to know you, you get to know them, you'd make a new friend, or just have a good story to tell. Really, we shouldn't be afraid to approach each other, because really we're just human beings who have fears and loves and hopes and dreams and want to just live this life before we die forever. Maybe you remember that when you think about approaching a woman. If you approach that woman and she says no, well, then you've been rejected. But if you don't approach that woman at all, well, then you haven't really given life a chance, have you? Huh. Marty might change that tip for cold approaching women. We're just gonna go back to the drawing board with that one. If you want more of Marty's tips for cold approaching women, like and follow.